What's going on here? Can you tell me about it?
Well, I think Harrison's more than blah blah blah. I think Harrison wants to play another year. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing this. Which would be you'd have to bust. We'd have to bust his tail a little bit for how that last game played out and him coming off the field. And it's like, come on, Harrison, you can't do that. But Greenard, here's what's going on with Greenard. Greenard looks around the league. He sees what the edge rushers are getting paid. Edge rushers, the elite edge rushers are now making what quarterbacks used to make, 45, 42, 43, $40 million. I think Daniil Hunter just got a 40 million extension 1 year.
40? Wow.
What I mean, obviously Micah Parsons, I think, is making 46 a year. Myles Garrett, is probably going to get another bazillion dollars. Wow. But and Jonathan, poor guy, is slaving along is struggling along at $19 million a year. And that's I'm not poking fun at him. I mean, I voted for the guy for Defensive Player of the Year 2 years ago. His value is tremendous, but it tells me that he wants to get paid and he doesn't want to wait. And they are not. This is not just we're trying to restructure, and he's resisting a restructure. He's looking around. He's seeing that the time to strike is now, and obviously they're worried a little bit about him maybe holding out and going down that path, and not, they don't feel like they can give him the $40 million, $35 million a year, whatever it is that he's wanting. So if you can't do that, and you see that there's just no way you're going to meet, sort of like they did with Daniil. You better scramble and have a trade market ready to go. So that's what they're doing with him. I'd hate to see him leave, because while Dallas Turner is ready to step in as a starter, you still like to have three guys like that. And Greenard is, he didn't have as good a year last year, but he's the year before, man, he was the closer. He closed so many games with the way he played. But when a guy looks around and decides he wants to be up around 40 million and he's making 19 now, he wants to maybe double his salary, teams have to scramble sometimes.
Oh man, it's amazing. That would be too bad to lose him if you look at all the losses that they've sustained, and this would be the biggest blow. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. I just got to get your opinion on this before we head out here. The Las Vegas Raiders have just really blown things up. I mean, with their signing of the center, and they changed that market, and then they had a deal in place for Maxx Crosby going to the Ravens, and the Ravens took physical of him and then said, no, we're not going to do it. They had originally had 2 first-round picks going to the Raiders for it. It's a great deal to do, but it didn't happen. Now I see today that he's coming back, and they're not going to trade him anymore. That's what I saw this morning. There's a lot of talk about how this looks really bad for the Ravens, like they were perhaps playing, doing this on purpose to the Raiders or something. I don't believe that. All these players always have to pass physicals before they're consummated. Sometimes they don't work out. This is a high profile one, and it's just kind of bizarre. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, it's a huge blow for the Raiders, because not only, you think you have 2 first-round picks for a guy who doesn't want to be there. Now, he fails a physical, which eliminates him being traded anywhere else, because no one else is going to touch him now. You're not going to give up 2 first-round picks, pay him what he's making, and then go, our doctors think he's all right. He'll be fine, and then he gets hurt in the first week or whatever.